Welcome to Managerial Accounting. I want to take a few minutes to go over some of the important course information. To begin with, from the main course webpage, you should notice the calendar of assignment due dates. And in addition to due dates for assignments directly through D2L, you should also check in Connect for Connect homework due dates. The next thing I wanted to point out was if there's any news items, they will show up down here for news items that might appear. And then also I wanted to point out the other important link would be the Content tab. If you go to Resources, select Content, you can see Course Content. Here's a table of contents. There's course documents that are available here, as well as individual chapter web pages that we'll take a look at here in a second. In addition to the Contents tab, the other tab you'll access on a regular basis is the Assessment tab. And from the Assessment tab, there are two links that are important, the Dropbox. And in the Dropbox, you will see selected course assignments, the goal paper, the factory tour, and Excel homeworks that you need to complete for the course. And also from the Assessment link, you can click on the Grades link to find out current grades that you have on various assignments. To read comments that I might have on particular assignments, you will view those through the individual assignment drop boxes, will be the general location where you will look for those. In terms of grades for Connect homework and some of the other Connect assignments, these will be updated manually after you've taken each one of the interim examinations. From the Content tab in the table of contents, important links that you're going to want to take a look at will be the syllabus for the course, and we'll go over some of that in a little bit. Information on how to subscribe to the Wall Street Journal, and probably more important is a link called Do You Need Help? The Do You Need Help link will take you to a YouTube video that will review how to take interactive chapter previews. It will show you once again where you can seek help using guided lectures that are available in D2L and guided examples that are available in D2L. There is also a link for practice quizzes from the Online Learning Center. These are non-graded, non-assigned quizzes that you might find helpful to take prior to taking the assigned quizzes in D2L, or rather in Connect. There's also a link for McGraw-Hill's Connect, where you'll find 3 links. 1, how to register for Connect. 2, a link directly to the Connect website. And 3, an important link for a video you're going to want to watch on how to use Connect to complete assignments. Also from the table of contents, you can download PowerPoint slides, and there are links for a number of various course activities that we'll discuss later in this video. Also from the content section, each chapter has its own individual set of links. Here are links for Chapter 1, links for Chapter 2, links from Chapter 3, and so on. Let's go ahead and discuss a few of the links for Chapter 1. To begin with, each chapter typically will have a chapter overview. These are short YouTube videos that I've put together that sort of provide an overview of what I think are some of the more important concepts from the chapter, and also to try to help you understand how this chapter links to the earlier chapters. The next link is a link for a guided lecture. This is where you can obtain most of the content you need to succeed in this course. The guided lecture links will allow you to download an Excel workbook. And in this Excel workbook, notice there are tabs for each one of the learning objectives. Here's one for the first and second learning objectives in the chapter, the third learning objective, the fourth, and the fifth learning objective for chapter number 1. Each one of these learning objectives will include a short YouTube video that will discuss this learning objective, the content of it, and explain how to do it. And within that video, you'll also typically see how to solve a particular problem and how to answer questions related to it. After you've completed that learning, watching the video, you can work a similar problem on this worksheet tab. And I've used conditional formatting, so your answers will turn blue if they're correct and remain black if they are incorrect. Here's an example. Depreciation on a salesperson's car. If you were to say that was direct materials, the font stays black, indicating an incorrect answer. Depreciation on a salesperson's car is a selling expense and will turn blue accordingly. The second learning objective on understanding differences between fixed and variable cost. Again, you can watch a YouTube video that discusses the difference between the two, and then actually answer some questions. Depreciation on a salesperson car, that's an example of a fixed cost. The third learning objective will show you how to build a scatter graph using Excel, and will require you to calculate some numbers. And again, your answers will turn blue if they are correct. There's nothing for you to submit with respect to the guided lectures. This is how you learn and understand the course material. You'll demonstrate the understanding of the material by preparing Excel worksheets, completing Connect assignments, Connect quizzes, and Connect exams. Each chapter also includes links for guided examples. These guided examples are YouTube videos where I walk through how to complete homework problem number 3, problem number 4, 8, 13, and 20 for chapter 1. Not all of the problems have guided examples, but some of them I have prepared separate YouTube videos to show you how to complete the problems. There's a link to Connect where you can complete the required Connect homework assignments. And again, we'll go over that in a bit. And you can also watch the video on how to register and use Connect. And then finally, there's a link for the Excel Chapter 1 Dropbox. Most of the chapters have Excel assignments that you can prepare, you can complete to demonstrate your mastery of course material. In this assignment, there are 3 tabs, one for cost behavior, one for building a worksheet with respect to income statements, and finally, cost volume profit analysis. Notice the cost behavior worksheet has a YouTube video link. This will show you directly how to complete this worksheet and build it and answer the questions. The same is true for the comparing traditional and contribution margin income statements worksheet. However, the cost volume profit analysis worksheet does not include a YouTube video. It will include some links explaining how to build your worksheet or explaining things that you need to do. What is very important on all of your Excel worksheets is to make sure that you link these yellow answer fields to the green input fields. I will be grading your worksheets by changing the input fields, and your worksheet should update accordingly. So again, in the yellow output fields, you're going to need to use cell references or formulas to build your worksheet. Don't type numbers in directly. Again, the YouTube videos will walk you through how to complete the assignment. You'll upload the completed Excel worksheets through the Dropbox in D2L, which again is available from the assessment tabs in D2L, and you will see the Dropbox for each one of the Excel assignments and other assignments for the course. Let's go ahead and go briefly over the course syllabus. Important things that you need to pay attention to. First, the prerequisite for this course is a C- or better in financial accounting, BUAD161. If you've not met the prerequisite, you will be dropped from the course. Second is the required textbooks. We'll be using the 6th edition of Brewer, Garrison, Noreen. You'll also need to have access to McGraw-Hill's Connect Plus, which includes access to an ebook. You can register for a free 2-week trial of Connect Plus, or you can obtain the code with the textbook when you purchase it. Or you can buy it directly from the Connect website. You'll also need a copy of the book The Goal, the 3rd edition by Goldratt, and you're going to need to have access to Excel, and most likely I would recommend having a financial calculator. Please carefully look over the course objectives, and in addition to the course objectives, please carefully read over the strategies for success and the expected time commitment for this course over the next 5 weeks. I expect you'll spend on average about 130 hours over the next 5 weeks on this course, which translates into roughly 25 hours per week. If you don't have the time to complete the course, don't waste the $1,000. You'll spend your time reading the textbook, watching lecture videos, going on a factory tour, completing Connect homework, completing Excel homework, taking quizzes, taking exams, etc. Let's go ahead now and take a look at what tends to be most important for students, and that's the discussion of how you'll be graded or evaluated in this course. In this course, you can select from a variety of course assignments: Excel assignments, Connect homework, chapter quizzes, interim exams, factory tours, the goal paper. You don't have to do everything. The idea is to mix and match, choose assignments that you want to do, and earn enough points to successfully complete the course. If you can do very well on exams and chapter quizzes, you don't need to demonstrate your mastery of course material by spending quite as much time working on Connect homework. If, however, you don't perform well on the interim exams and you're not doing well on the chapter quizzes, you're going to need sure that you do all of the Connect homework, the Excel homework, and perhaps consider doing the paper on the book, The Goal, and taking the factory tours. If you were to add up all the total possible mastery points that you can earn before the final exam, they would add up to 1,000 points. So again, you don't need to have a perfect score on everything, nor do you need to do everything. The goal is to earn as many mastery points as possible before the final exam. If you had 750 points before the final exam, you would have enough points to earn a C for the course without even taking the final exam. So again, you don't need to do everything, but you should do as many activities as you need to demonstrate your mastery of course materials. If, for instance, you had 600 mastery points coming into the final exam, and you earned 150 mastery points on the final exam, that again would give you 750 course points, which would be a C. On the other hand, if you only had 500 mastery points before coming into the final exam, in order to pass the course, in other words, get a C minus or better, you would need to earn 200 mastery points on the final exam, which is probably unlikely if you've only managed to earn 500 mastery points up till that point. Let's go ahead and talk about the individual items that you can complete to earn mastery points. First, there are interactive chapter previews, and you can earn up to 50 points by completing interactive previews, and they're available in Connect. Let's go ahead and take a look at those real quick. Once you've registered for Connect and you go into Connect, you'll see that each chapter generally has 3 types of assignments: interactive previews, homework assignments, and a chapter quiz. And the chapter quiz is indicated by this little alarm clock, and it is the only timed activity. The quizzes you will generally have 30 minutes to complete. The interactive preview is a broad sort of multimedia lecture followed by concept check questions for each chapter. And you need to complete these the first day that a chapter is assigned, and you can see the due dates here. And again, for further details on how to complete an interactive preview and how to complete the homework assignments and the chapter quizzes, you can look at the link in D2L for McGraw-Hill's Connect. In particular, view the video on using Connect. So we have interactive previews that you can earn up to 50 mastery points. Next is the Connect homework. You can earn up to 300 points by completing Connect homework. You can do the assignments as many times as you want. Only the best score counts. Any assignments that are submitted after the due date lose 25% for each fraction of a day they are late. The first homework assignment for Chapter 1, problems 1, 2, 6, 7, and 9, and these numbers correspond to the numbers at the end of each chapter, is due on December 17th by 11:59 p.m. This homework assignment, you only have 1 attempt. Most of the assignments, you have an unlimited number of attempts. Some of the homework assignments, though, that have matching and fill-in-the-blank types of questions, they aren't algorithmically generated, and so you only have 1 attempt. The homework assignment for questions 3 through 5, 8, and 11 through 13, you'll have an unlimited number of attempts to complete that question. So if after completing it the first time you're not happy with your grade, complete it again, and only your best score will count. We discussed the Excel homework earlier. It's worth up to 80 points, and again, you access those through the Dropbox in D2L. Here's the Dropbox and the scheduled due dates for each assignment. The next way you can earn mastery points is by taking your chapter quizzes in Connect, and you can earn up to 200 mastery points. The chapter quizzes are timed, and before taking the chapter quizzes, you may want to take a practice quiz. There are two places you can access practice quizzes. One is from the practice quiz link, the online learning center, and you can also take another set of practice quizzes through Connect itself. In Connect, you would click on the Library tab, and from here you'll see links to the ebook, but you'll also see a link for self-quiz and self-study. And here are the practice tests or practice quizzes for each one of the chapters. These are not graded, they don't garner you mastery points, but it's a good place to practice before you take the actual chapter quiz. Next, you can earn up to 50 mastery points by completing a paper on the goal. The book The Goal is required reading, and you're likely to see questions on the interim exams and the final exam on the book The Goal. It's important to begin reading this book early because it will provide you context for understanding course material. Details about the book The Goal and the paper are available from the Goal link in D2L. You can read a short book review and also read about the requirements for your paper on the goal. The Goal is a rather compelling novel about a production manager, Rajo, who's struggling to save his plant. Most students say it's a very easy read to make. It reads not like a textbook, but rather like a novel. It has a story behind it. You'll follow Rajo through his challenges in his factory, as well as challenges in his home life. And it takes a critical look at many traditional management and cost accounting concepts, and you'll understand how they apply and relate to an actual factory environment. And speaking of actual factory environments, I encourage you to earn up to 20 mastery points by taking a factory tour, say Harley Davidson, Herb Potato Chips, Martin Guitars, or some other locations. You can see the details about the factory tour requirements in D2L from the course activities link. And here's your link for a factory tour. And again, it's important to go out and observe a real manufacturing environment so you have context for placing a lot of the material that you're going to be learning about during the course of the semester. Click on this link to see some possible places you can go for your factory tour, as well as the individual tour requirements. Finally, the last way you can earn mastery points is through interim exams. There's 3 interim exams, one on chapters 1 through 4, 5 through 8, and chapters 9 through 11, as well as the cumulative final exam on January 19th. The exams are available in Connect. They are timed and they appear at the top of your assignment list. Please carefully review the course schedule and the due dates for all assignments. I will not accept late assignments under any circumstances. If you miss an assignment, pick a different one to earn your mastery points. There are plenty of points out there, so I don't make extensions for any of the assignments. Good luck this semester, and don't hesitate to send me an email if you have questions.